All right, we are live. So I am going on the live stream now as I am doing some kind of other activities. So I'm gonna get the little light in the background out so that it's not so crazy there. But yeah, I'm gonna be kind of multitasking here, but still giving you guys an update for what happened tonight, and specifically, like the reason I'm doing this update is to share things that will be helpful to you, right? So this isn't just me talking about my life. Like I don't need a therapist. Thank you very much. But I'm sharing this to help give you insights, right? And the first kind of thing that I want to highlight from tonight is that just getting in the habit of saying hello is big for folks who are not used to doing that, right? Who avoid doing that, who shy away from doing that, right? You will notice, like, as you get comfortable in different environments, right? Like, and that would be one of the first things I would say is one of the kind of prerequisites for being successful when you're out is like enjoying yourself in the environment, right? It's because people don't want to be around like a mood kill, right? They don't want to be around someone who's just bringing down the energy, who's just kind of like a buzzkill, sucking attention out of like I wouldn't even say attention, but just like positive, good vibes, and like taking that uh out of like the night. Like people don't want that. No one wants that. That's not good. That's not helpful. That's not like fun. So like if you're going out, if you're feeling like this club, this bar, this venue is not my thing, I'm really uncomfortable here, like understand like that'll be one of the first things that I think is most helpful to focus on, right? When you seem like you are enjoying yourself, right? When you are putting out those good vibes, people will pick up on that and reflect those good vibes back to you. And so getting to a place where you are comfortable in these different environments that are relatively unusual to you or brand new the first time you'll be going out to them. And so getting to a place where you can be comfortable in these different environments, like that is going to move the needle a huge amount, right? It is one of the biggest things I think you can do to work on your charisma, right? And it it itself is not about the locations, right? It's not like excuse me, it's not like I'm going to be going to this bar. Let's just call it Jay's Bar. I'm going to be going to Jay's Bar. It's going to be my main place to go out and meet people. And so I need to go on Jay's Bar to. I need to go to Jay's Bar on a couple of off nights when no one's there, and that way I get used to, sitting down at the bar. I get used to the settings and surroundings. Like, if that helps, then good, and if it helps, then like make use of it. However, at the same time, like what will eventually happen if you continue along this path for long enough is that you will get to a point where your confidence and charisma and self-esteem and presence is there even when you are in a place that is unfamiliar to you, right? Like you go to a new place, you don't know anyone there, you don't know the setup, like you don't know what it's even about, you don't know the vibe of the place, you don't know how people dress when they go there. Yet you still go there, you still feel comfortable because you're comfortable and feeling good. You're then putting out those good vibes, other people picking it up, other people then reflecting it back to you. You receiving the good vibes from them causes your mood to go up, right? Now, all of a sudden, you're even more confident. You're even more in the zone. You're making even more connections. You're broadcasting this more authentic, reverberative, I think I just made that word up, but this like greater presence, right? Like this greater authenticity, this greater like way of being. And and then it gets positively reinforced from there because other people like it, they give it back to you, you start to feel good, you start to then like give it a little bit back to them, and so it ends up like helping this upward spiral. And when it seems like you are not enjoying yourself, like it's something that you will notice and will be hard to shake, right? I feel like oftentimes I go to places where there's dancing, and it's like you can see when someone is stiff and they're dancing. And I have been in that place myself, even feeling stiff, feeling like I'm, putting on a smile instead of it coming naturally. Uh, Even when I can feel those things and recognize them, like shifting away from that internal place and way of being is still a whole nother thing. So again, that comes with more practice, more time out. And that is one of the biggest things, right? I already said get comfortable in the environments, right? Be comfortable just being there by yourself. The next thing is, and it's related, be able to generate your own mood, right? Be able to generate the mood that you want, right? When you can do this, that takes you to another level, right? Because what happens is you'll be in conversations with people, and invariably something will come up that you don't quite, that could be offensive to you, right? Could be odd, could be weird, could be icky, could be just like, what? So when these things happen, and they will, when these things happen, right? And you can choose the mood that you want to generate, right? You are in control of the experience that you're broadcasting and that you are receiving, right? It takes away the kind of ability for someone else to ruin your night, right? When you can do that, like you put yourself in a mood where every night you go out is a good night, right? And you then kind of don't have to work as hard to be comfortable in the environment because you're generating this good mood, these good feelings inside yourself. So it is like, I consider it even a superset of just being comfortable in the environment is like, yes, be comfortable in the environment, but next level is like be able to choose what kind of emotion or feeling. So whether it's comfort or something else, and be able to do it not just in a foreign environment, but like anytime you want, right? In terms of productivity, not just like charisma and social skills, but just in terms of like creating the life that you want, that is huge. That is huge. So I like, even just in these short 8.5 minutes so far, like those are gold nuggets. Many guys that I know of will go out and, shoot their shot in one way, shape, or form, have an idea about what their future relationship with women looks like or what they want it to look like. And bridging the gap from where they are to where they want to be is, I think, a bit of a harder challenge, right? Even these two things I've shared, way, way easier said than done. And what I would also say is like very easy for other people to tell how accomplished you are in doing these two things, right? People can see when you're uncomfortable, it shows. And people can like pick up on the emotions that you are putting out, right? It's not always kind of 100% where they understand how you're feeling without you saying anything. But also, like, it's not just a blind guess and they have no idea, right? Like, they can kind of pick up what you're putting down. And so, when you're able to use that to your advantage, right? When you are able to, wield that proactively instead of being at the mercy of it, you end up really like being so much farther ahead. Just for a little bit tonight, I'm not going to keep this going for too much longer. It is past 4:30 a.m. and I'm planning to get up in just a few short hours. Uh, Tonight, I would say I wanted to show interest more. There was someone who I'd hoped I would see again. Did see her, did show a little bit more interest. Uh, feel like I could have turned it up even more, but definitely dropped some hints and definitely, for better or for worse, like I feel like she understands more of how I feel about her. Right. And with that, I'm really, really pleased. I would, I can certainly accept like me sharing my feelings and someone saying like I don't feel the same way, and so we aren't going to have that sort of relationship or interaction or friendship or whatever. Like I get that it happens. Like fine. I think that is much better than a misconnection due to me not verbalizing how I felt. Right, not letting it be known that I care and really how much I care. And again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier that what you put down, other people pick up, and really what you put down, other people pick up and oftentimes tend to reflect back to you. So, a goal and hope of showing more interest in others is for them to show more interest in me, right? And like it's not a kind of cynical transactional thing where the only reason I'm showing interest is to get interest back, but it is a thing of I want to be more honest and more authentic. And to do that requires me being vulnerable in expressing my interest and desire to connect with someone, to follow up with them, to want to see them again, to enjoy and want to continue the conversations with them, right? Um, Saying those things is not just to get the other person to say them back to me. It's more of I feel those things. I want to say how I feel so that I can be honest and present myself authentically. Then, as I present myself authentically, right, some people will like me for who I am. Some people will like different things. And as long as they're like making those decisions based off of a viewpoint of me that is more informed, like that's all I can do. So, thank you for your time. I really enjoy kind of meeting and talking up with people, chatting it up with people when I'm out. Uh, the people I met tonight, I enjoyed talking with in particular. A couple, one stands out above the other. So, if you're watching this or somehow come across it in the future, I'm thinking of you. Have a good night.